Arsenal SLR107R still in one piece, so the Arsenal fans are celebrating 4,000 rounds behind us. And as you guys can see, the winter is back. I'm back to the winter clothes. So much for the global warming. We have to keep watching for the polar bears because the polar bears are attacking. Is that the one? No, it's not. I'm just bullshitting. Guys, right off the bat, today we're using this rifle with two systems, basically a 3x scope and a 1 to 6x scope. And that's the beauty of the RS Regulate. You can keep swapping those optics and they stay zeroed and they work just fine. So, but the main theme for today was performance test out of the barrel, and we clocked the barrel for the two different very popular kinds of ammo. So the first one we ran was Wolf Full Metal Jacket 123 grain. We're using our brand new Doppler radar to get as accurate data for you as possible. And on average, this ammunition shot 2,301 feet per second. The highest value scored from the Wolf was 2,300, I think that was 35. And the lowest was 2,268. Extreme spread on the Wolf was 66 feet per second, and standard deviation was 22.3. So, so performance, right? Then we clocked the Tula ammo because I never did the Tula ammo on the chronograph, so I want to see what we can get out of it. And check this out, the Tula average, it's a little bit harder. This is 124 grain Full Metal Jacket, 2,318 feet per second. The highest value was 2,369, 69, you dirty boys like that. The lowest one was 2,247, but the extreme spread from Tula was 123 feet per second, and the standard deviation 37.4. Another interesting thing with that new Doppler radar, if you set up everything correctly, you can clock the rounds at 100 yards. And I didn't have a time to review this yet, but from my quick view to the menu, you can see that on average you will be slightly or right above or right at 2,000 feet per second at 100 yards. So you're losing 300 feet per second through the 100 yards right off the bat. Something to remember. So for those who love the data, this system is absolutely fabulous. All right. So that was the clocking the barrel, but as always, enough with the bullshit talk. Let me drop the scope from the rifle. We can remove. This is the bolt hold open follower in the magazine. I love them. They sell them in the 10 packs. Link in the video description, guys. Very useful thing, really. And let's dive inside the guts. So let me remove the dust cover, still in one piece. Recoil spring is absolutely okay. Nothing is happening on the recoil spring. I'll be shocked if we'll have some damage on the recoil spring. How we are doing on that trigger hammer, before I will dive into anything else, I think that deformation reprofiling, that deformation, someone corrected me on the YouTube video, reprofiling of the trigger hammer has stopped, and you can see that yeah, basically a bolt carrier shaped that trigger hammer the way how it wanted to be shaped. So, and the trigger is very cool. I like those new triggers. It's an improvement from what they had. Arsenal moved into the correct direction with it. Let's dive in quickly. We'll start with the bolt. I'm running out of the space. We'll start with the bolt, the firing pin on the back, spring-loaded firing pin, and I do not see any damages on the tip of the pin, so it took the 1,000 rounds like a champ. Extractor cloth, very healthy extraction. We don't have any problems with extracting the rounds. It's looking also good. And now the most important thing, let's look at the locking lugs, and everything is looking perfect. This is the, let me make sure that this is, yep, this is all flat. This area is extremely important on many other rifles like RAS-47. You will see the guys are almost daily mailing me pictures when they have a deformation right here, and that's very dangerous because this is how this bolt is interacting with the trunnion. And if you have you know, if you will see like the cavity or something, it start digging into that surface, that's not good, guys. That's not good. Keep checking the head spacing on those RAS-47s, okay? And everything here is looking good on the bolt. This is like a textbook wearing, and it's looking just great. It's just dirty as hell, but you know, who cares? Let me see the bolt carrier right now, right? Let me look at that tail. So whatever was happening, guys, we were talking about the slight deformation of the tail, but that's not much, honestly. This is really good. And it was deformed, but that's normal. You will have always some degree of deformation on those tails, but it's not moving and it's not deforming anymore. I think this is it. After reprofiling that trigger hammer, basically the tail take care of it, and it's looking good, guys. This is looking really good. Hopefully you are cycling through the high resolution pictures, and inside the channel all is good as well. And we have a moisture from the melted snow, so don't blame me for that, guys. You know, it is just what it is. I cannot dry out the snow. But everything is here looking good in the channel as well. If you see something what I missed, let me know. We'll always address that. And there is a wobbling on the piston head, but nothing major. All right, and the rivet is looking good for the piston, and the piston head is not deformed in any way. Everything is looking good here. So I'm done with the bolt carrier. Let me put all the junk away and a quick look into the trunnion. Trunnion is looking absolutely, on the right side is looking gorgeous. There is nothing wrong here. On the left side we're looking good as well. The bullet guide is staying in place. Let me flip the rifle, and from the bottom everything is looking good here too. There are no loose rivets. Nope, everything is here looking good. I'll check how's our receiver looking like. Nothing changed or whatever. We talk about the deformation this area on the receiver, and but nothing changed. It stays the same way. I do not see that gap. It's not expanding, so it is what it is. Arsenal, and inside the rails are looking good. All is looking good. The side rail is working perfectly fine. Let me make sure that we are still good on the rivets for the trigger guard. This is all looking good, and the rear trunnion rivets 1 and 2. They are looking good too, guys. How's the rear trunnion? I'll wipe it off with my finger. A lot of gunk. I do not see any deformation on the rear trunnion. Everything is looking good, and that's kind of cool. And the rivets are holding very well. All right, the barrel pin is looking good as well. And now let's dive in inside the gas tube. I have to use my retard strength combined with the American technology. We're going to use the bolt carrier as the lever to lift this up. There we go. And let me pull out the gas tube. Gas tube is out, and from the bottom everything is looking good. On the top everything is looking good. On the rear, on the front, and here's the famous pirate for the Pirates Union R. For you guys, it was executed perfectly. And here is the cheese grater, awesome addition. It helps cooling the system down. Everything is here looking good, guys. Barrel we do not have any flaking at all of the paint. So I guess the Arsenal did the shopping at Walmart and they purchased the barbecue paint and it's holding up. Thumbs up. All joking aside, good job. Nothing is flaking here. So that's an improvement. Rear side flip, and at the bottom is looking good. At the top is looking good. Moving to the gas block. The gas block pins are staying in. Nothing is falling out. Quick look inside the gas block, and everything is looking great here too. There is that rust coming out from underneath of the gas block. I call this rust. Looks like a rust. I tested, it's not the grease for sure. So it is what it is, guys, at this point. And the front post is looking as well. We went back to the fighter brake because I wanted to check something, the change point of impact change when flipping the muzzle brakes, and it was no point of impact change noticeable. It was some, but not that much. So that was test for me, guys, not for you. Everything is looking great here, guys. The M4 stock adapter stays perfectly fine, and the pistol grip from Fab Defense is looking good as well. At this point, guys, 1,000 rounds left, and stay tuned. We still have to run the no-go gauge test, and we'll go from there, not from them, from there. No-go gauge set up. Let's see what we got here. And absolutely no way to push it forward. One more time. Nope. Beautiful. The head spacing didn't change. Congratulations, Arsenal. We're moving to the last final 5,000 rounds episode. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching.